What's up, guys? It's Messed Up Swede. Right now I'm checking out the Skyboy video, Northwest London's most dangerous gangster. And he's called Pesci. I guess that's how you say it, Pesci. I guess we'll see. But yeah, big up Skyboy on the videos, man. Go leave a like and subscribe to his channel. I'll leave a link to the video in the description as well. And yeah, let's see. Don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe. We're on the way to 2K subs. Let's go.
Today we'll be diving into the life of Muzakkir Shah, aka Pesci. Despite being born in Burnley, was from the infamous Graham Park estate, which is located in North.
Born in Burnley, huh?
Despite being born in Burnley, was from the infamous Graham Park estate, which is located in northwest London, in the borough of Barnet. Now, it is said by many sources, Pesci during his college years was bullied inside and outside of school. In 1998, when he was 17 and living in Graham
1998, he was 17. He's older at least. Born 81 then.
Park, he and his friend Romain Nurse was attacked with a hammer and a metal bar near
I'm attacked with a hammer.
Collingdale tube station. Pesci was left in Royal Free with a fractured skull, but later recovered. At the time, he lived with his father Saeed, mother, 2 sisters and 3 brothers in a flat in the estate. It's these sort of events that turn a teenager into a ruthless gangster. We've seen the same story play out repeatedly. Now,
yeah, that's if you get bullied, like eventually you're gonna want your payback.
During this period in his life, he would purposely run around the estate looking for innocent people, which he then threatened at gunpoint. He did this to gain a reputation.
So he just ran around threatening people with a gun, just to like get known as a bad man.
For innocent people, which he then threatened at gunpoint. He did this to gain a reputation. His behavior was an imitation of the actor Joe Pesci from Goodfellas. This explains why he chose Pesci as an alias.
I don't know about that, but it sounds crazy though. Like, not even like robbing people or nothing, just literally threatening them with a gun. That sounds crazy, man.
He would repeat this action multiple times every few days and stand outside corner shops with other gang members. Reputation gained him a lot of followers in the Graham Park estate, 2 being Yambo and Magambo, both his right-hand men. Now, Pesci formed a gang known as Thug Fam, also known as Thug Family, in the mid-2000s. He had a 5-star tattoo to signify that he was the general of the gang. Prominent members included Gully, Yambo, Magambo, Ish, Blim, and many more. Most members were from Greenwich, which is a borough in southeast London, and some were from the Graham Park estate. Now, Pesci was a gunman. He would roll with 4 guns, 2 Glocks and 2 Macs. He even named...
So you're saying he used to roll with this, like, did he roll with this like every day? Because that sounds insane.
Pesci was a gunman. He would roll with 4 guns, 2 Glocks and 2 Macs. He even named his Macs Chucky and Matilda. Now, Thug Fam was known for robbing local corner shops at gunpoints and at times go into the outskirts of London, where the gang would sometimes commit armed robberies, implementing brutal assaults on bystanders. Pesci, real name Muzakkir Shah, was actually caught on CCTV, bait-faced, robbing a North London corner shop. 7 months later, he was at it again, this time in
He sounds reckless, man.
robbing a North London corner
And no mask or nothing as well.
shop. 7 months later, he was at it again, this time in Bradford. Pesci, along with other Thug Fam members such as Yambo and Magambo, conducted a robbery. The robbery was carefully planned and involved up to 7 different men, 3 vehicles, 2 guns and a knife to rob a travel agency. Pesci carried a 9mm pistol while Yambo carried the Mac. Now, on the 18th of November 2005, the plan was put into motion with 3 other men acting as lookouts for the gang. Pesci, Yambo and Magambo entered and was able to take £5,000. Now, 2 police...
I was expecting a lot more than that. But maybe back then that was a big robbery. I don't know, but it sounds crazy. Doing all of that for 5K.
and Magambo entered and was able to take £5,000. Now, two policewomen in Sharon Janivsky and Teresa Milburn responded to reports that an attack alarm had been activated at a travel agent on Morley Street in Bradford. Upon arrival, the officers encountered the three men who had robbed the agent. Two were armed with a gun, another with a knife. Now, Pesci and Yambo fired at them immediately from point-blank range, fatally wounding Sharon in the chest and hitting Milburn in the chest.
Fatally as well.
Point-blank range, fatally wounding Sharon in the chest and hitting Milburn in the chest before all three men made a getaway in a convoy of cars. Sharon was now the 7th female officer to die in the line of duty in England and Wales, and the 2nd
R.I.P.
female officer to be fatally shot. Pesci once bragged on a track called Real Killers, "I've got to pop shot, drop cops on the block." Now, after the members returned to their hideout following the shooting of PC Sharon and her colleague PC Teresa Milburn, it is said the gang squabbled. Mustaf Jama took only £1,000 of the 5,000 and fled to Somalia via Dubai. Now,
So he fled the country with 1K. That doesn't sound like that will take you very far. Like, that's probably half of that is on the plane ticket. No? Or am I completely lost?
Now, a week after the murder, and Yusuf Jama, aka Yambo, was arrested in Birmingham. He is seen on CCTV being booked with his hat on. Police suspected they had Yusuf. However, when asked for his name, he gave a fake one in Abdi Ahmed. When the police want to establish the suspect's identity quickly, they use LiveScan, which is a computer system that can instantly read and compare fingerprints to the millions held on the police national computer. Within 10 minutes of comparing fingerprints, confirmation came through that Abdi Ahmed was in fact Yusuf Jama.
I don't know how, like, did he think he would get away with that? Like, I don't understand.
West Yorkshire police had the first of the three suspects. Despite interrogating Mr. Yusuf, he didn't say a word, despite the overwhelming evidence stacked against him, such as witness identifying him, his fingerprints and DNA being found on the inside of the robber's car. Yusuf Jama was charged with murder. Now, 4 weeks into the police investigation, and they received a crucial tip-off, letting them know that Pesci was hiding out in Newport, Wales. Police got word that in Newport there was a tanker that was scheduled to sail in 48 hours to Pakistan, which was Pesci's home country. Now, with the search still on, something odd happened. Pesci decided to hand himself in, and with a shaven head to avoid detection, he was finally in police custody and brought to West Yorkshire for questioning. Now, despite going no comment all the way, unfortunately for him, his fingerprints were found on a laptop bag left in the travel agents. His DNA was also found in a Toyota RAV4.
No gloves, nothing. Just, yes, that sounds so reckless, man.
Left in the travel agents. His DNA was also found in a Toyota RAV4. To make matters worse for him, 3 days after his arrest, police found the same Mac-10 used in a robbery and the ammunition, as well as his
The same gun and everything as well.
fingerprints on a plastic bag full of bullets. Pesci was charged with murder and attempted murder. Now, during the trial of the murder of PC Sharon Beshenevsky, Pesci, real name Muzakir Shah, 25 of London, and Jambo, real name Yusuf Jama, 20 of Small Heath, Birmingham, were both given life sentences at Newcastle Crown Court. Mr. Justice Andrew Smith told them that they must serve at least 35 years before
35.
being considered for parole for their awful killing. Shah had admitted murder. Jama, however, denied murder but was convicted by a jury at the end of a complex 11-week trial. Pesci was, however, cleared of the attempted murder. Mr. Justice Andrew Smith ruled Muzakir Shah had no case to answer for over the attempted murder of PC Teresa Milburn following the raid in Bradford City Centre. During the trial, PC Milburn sobbed in the witness box as she recalled seeing PC Sharon head flop to the side before she collapsed in the heap in front of her. After being shot in the chest, 37-year-old PC Milburn staggered down the road before collapsing and issuing a code 0 alert to summon help. Coughing up blood, she managed to describe the gunmen to fellow officers as they arrived at the scene. PC Milburn recalled seeing Asian man and black man in a doorway of the premises, with the Asian man pointing a gun towards them. Pesci Milburn told the court the Asian man was responsible for shooting dead her colleague and injuring herself. She said, "I could see his forearm and his arm from his elbow and his hand extended to 90 degrees pointing to where Sharon was stood. I saw in his hand he had a gun." She added, "It was the Asian male that had the gun." Pesci Milburn repeatedly denied suggestions put by Diana Ellis QC for Shah that she was mistaken and a black man was responsible. The court heard Shah and others shouted, yeah, let's go for it," when they were told by a man called Uncle, whose real name is Piran Ditta Khan and who remains on the run from police, they could expect between 50,000 and 100,000 if they were to succeed in the mission. Now Pesci,
and they got 5.
wasn't just a dangerous man himself. He was so influential that those who looked up to him would do anything to gain his validation. This was the case for Hanad Hassan, who lived on the same estate. Kyan Prince was a talented footballer and Queen's Park Rangers youth player. He was the son of boxer Mark Prince. Kyan Prince attended London Academy School, while Hanad also attended and had been a pupil in the year above. Now there was issues between the two. Some say Hanad was envious of his success. Others say the school he had been attending had been terrorized by members of Thug Fam for weeks, and that older Thug Fam members would often instruct Hanad to carry out petty crimes to be considered as somebody in the area. While some people say Hanad had legitimate problems with Kyan, whatever the reason, it would lead to calamity. Now on the 18th of May 2006, Prince was involved in an altercation with Hanad Hassan outside the school gates. Hassan managed to get Prince in a headlock before stabbing him once in the heart with a penknife. A Metropolitan Police sergeant from the local Edgware Safer neighbourhood team found Prince. He was transferred by air to the Royal London Hospital in Whitechapel, where he was pronounced dead 2 hours later.
R.I.P. man. Stuff like that is just sad, man.
2 days later, Hassan was charged with Prince's murder. On the 2nd of July 2007, following a trial at the Old Bailey, during which Hassan denied murdering Prince but admitted manslaughter, he was convicted of murder and sentenced to life imprisonment with a minimum of 13 years to be served.
Just 13. Life sentence and a minimum of 13. Maybe that's because he was young. I don't know how old he was right there.
Now back to the trial of PC Sharon. In the next 18 months, the police investigation was gathering intel on Mustafa Jama's whereabouts in Somalia. They discovered his father was a clan leader in a northern region of Somalia known as Puntland. They managed to narrow it down to here and were now tasked with working with Somali intelligence to track him down. They struck gold when Somali intelligence received a tip-off that Mustafa Jama was to make a trip on the road near the Ethiopian border. Now a special team of armed men were put in charge of his capture. They managed to get to the destination before him and set up a roadblock. Now the waiting game ensued. Mustafa Jama approached the destination before being surrounded. Unarmed, he was easy prey and easily captured. After taking custody of Mustafa Jama, Somali police took pictures of him and sent them to West Yorkshire Police for confirmation. Mustafa was later extradited back to the UK via Dubai.
That's crazy that they caught him even over in Somalia, man. That's kinda nuts.
For confirmation. Mustafa was later extradited back to the UK via Dubai. Now in 2007, while Yambo and Pesci were in prison, they teamed up and stabbed another inmate. The injured inmate from NorthWest England suffered wounds to the stomach and cuts to the face. He received treatment at the University Hospital of North Durham. Pesci and Yambo have since been sent to separate prisons. Now in 2005, Mustafa Jama was put on trial.
2005 and it said 9. I guess he just said wrong. Misspoke.
Since been sent to separate prisons. Now in 2005, Mustafa Jama was put on trial for murder, where he was then sentenced to life and told he would serve at least 35 years for the murder of mother of 3, Sharon. Now the mastermind of the robbery, Piran Ditta Khan, who was 38 at the time, fled the country back to Pakistan after the police officer shooting incident back in 2005. He managed to set himself up as a property developer and was living a millionaire lifestyle in the Mayfair of Islamabad. Khan even faked his own death by registering a false grave.
Oh damn. He was a big, like, a big player, I guess you would say.
Now in 2020, Khan was viewing a property with an associate near his home in Bahria town when two cars sped up and he was arrested by officers from the British National Crime Agency and Pakistan
2020, that's not that long ago. So like 15 years after the shooting.
Federal Investigation Agency. Police had him under surveillance after a tip-off. It is believed he moved to Islamabad because he felt he was able to disappear, but this proved increasingly difficult as his property business was doing reasonably well. Khan was now heading for a less comfortable life in the UK jail once the extradition is completed. His younger brother said he came to visit us when he came back to Pakistan. He told us about the incident and said he didn't do it. His younger brother said he's an older man in his 70s and it seems he could go away for the rest of his life now. He went out to conduct a deal and now it's all over. It would seem somebody sold him out. Now on the 6th of October 2023, 74-year-old
That's recent.
Khan appeared at Leeds Crown Court and pleaded not guilty to PC Sharon's murder. He also denied 2 counts of possession of a firearm with intent to endanger life and further 2 counts of possessing a prohibited weapon on the day of the alleged murder. He admitted a single charge of robbery on the 18th of November 2005, the same day PC Sharon was killed, in relation to stealing cash from a man called Mohammed Yusuf. The judge, Mr. Justice, appeared at Leeds Crown Court via video link from the Old Bailey. He remanded Khan in custody until his next hearing, with a trial date scheduled for next February 2024. Now the actions of Pesci and his friends, when it's said and done, created a notorious reputation for the Graham Park estate. This caused a ripple effect, and shortly after, other gangs began emerging. Lastly, I want to add, it is rumoured that Pesci was arrested in connection to another murder, but due to insufficient evidence, he was found not guilty.
Yeah, this was some mad stories, man. All of them, like one going off to Somalia, one going off to Pakistan, another one that I guess the guy Pesci was on his way to Pakistan or trying to get there when he was caught. Yeah, man, it sounds mad. Obviously, RIP to the police officer that got killed, man. But yeah, some of it just sounded dumb as well. I'm not gonna lie. Like, all of that, and they got 5K. That's crazy, man. They gotta be sitting there thinking, like, yeah, they gotta be full of regret at this moment, man. But yeah, anyway, big up Skyboy for the video, and let me know what you think about this one in the comments, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I'm out. Peace.